Welcome back to the garage, folks, and welcome back to, I think it's day 4 of my attempts to get my new to me, KH250 running. Had a few travails, but once again, thanks to the wonders of YouTube and your amazing help in the comments, I think we're getting close. Today could be the day. Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. And yeah, as I say, welcome back to the garage for part 4 in this series of trying to get the bike going. Must say a huge thank you to everybody who posted on the video yesterday with comments and encouragement and all the rest of it. I'm glad so many of you got such enjoyment out of me electrocuting myself. I've got the fire extinguisher on the bench there somewhere, just in case we have any fires today, safety first. I'm thinking rather than the fire extinguisher, maybe I need a defibrillator. Anyway, a few little things have happened since last we spoke yesterday. Number one is the weather forecast today was looking much better when I came out to the garage. So I thought, oh great, I can move all my bikes out and have a bit more room around the Kawasaki. I moved all my bikes out, and as soon as I did so, it started absolutely hammering it down with rain again. So my bikes are soaking wet outside, so I got a little job later to dry them all off again. How annoying. And it does mean if I do get the bike running, I'm not going to go out for a ride on it today. I want to save that for a sunny day. So today, a few little jobs to do. So there's good news and bad news. Do you remember yesterday I was waiting for my toolkit to arrive so that I could get a plug spanner? Well, it didn't arrive, even though eBay said it's in transit for about the last 3 days. It's not turned up yet. So last night I went to Halfords and I bought myself one of these, something I probably should have had ages ago. It's a, obviously it's a spark plug socket. So I'm going to get the spark plugs out and make sure they're clean and dry before we give her a kick over. So that's that. While I was at Halfords, and this isn't a promotion for Halfords by the way, I bought myself a spark plug brush. I happened to see that next to the spark plugs, thought I could do one of them. So I get any carbon deposits and muck off. A number of people said that I should warm the spark plugs up or put them up over a gas flame on the gas hob to get any carbon deposits off the plugs. Well, unfortunately, I've got an induction hob, and even I know that sticking the plugs on an induction hob probably won't do them any good. So if it stops raining, I have got a gas hob on the barbecue, so maybe I'll just put the ends in there. I don't know, it depends how bad the plugs are. But anyway, so that's that. And then the other bit of good news is I mentioned the other day I had a new AGM battery turning up. So this actually arrived last night, which is great. So it meant I could charge it up overnight. So I have now got a new, shiny new gel, well, AGM anyway, battery. I assume it's gel, I don't know. But the point is, there's no vent tubes. It's completely sealed. It doesn't need maintenance. I have charged it up overnight, so it's ready to go. I'm going to pop this in first before I do anything. Right, a couple of other bits of news while I'm putting this battery in. Well, sort of news. When I was at Halfords, I thought, oh, I'll get myself a set of JIS spanners, the Japanese Industrial Standard spanners. Asked the guy there, didn't have a clue what I was talking about. So never managed to get them. Think I'm going to have to go online for them. Funnily enough, on Halfords online, it does say they sell them. But there we go. The staff didn't have a clue what they were. I guess maybe not surprising. Anyway, so that was that. Oh, and the other thing was that I did have some oil under the bike again today. And lots of you said that's probably just where I probably flooded it, where I kicked it that 53 times on, I think, part 2. There's probably oil in the exhaust pipes and it's just leaking out there. That's quite normal apparently for 2-strokes. And so yeah, so thank you for letting me know that. So that's eased that worry. Right, let's whip this battery out then. This is probably the shortest lived new battery in any bike. I only put this in on what was it, Tuesday, Monday, something like that, and it's coming out again. But I can't be doing with that vent tube there, potentially venting acid all over me nice paint. Right, I learnt from last time I did this that you should always take the negative off first, apparently. So it helps if I get me ratchet going the right way. Negative off first. I'm going to be an expert on installing batteries by the time I finish with this. One thing I did notice about this battery, it's got these really weird terminals. There were no instructions with the battery. These terminals weren't attached. They're sort of, you've got on these particular batteries, you've got 2 sets of positive and 2 negative, so you can have it either way around, which is good. But I don't quite know how these attach, and I couldn't find any instructions anywhere, so I bolted them on as best I think, but anyway, we'll see. So it goes in the reverse of the way I took it off, so positive on first. Ah. I know what you're going to say, get yourself a decent set of Allen keys. I know. I need some kindly tool supplier watching to send me some free tools. Little hint there, never happens to me, that sort of thing. Right, there we go. That's that one. There we go, strap back on, hold it tight. Cool, good. Now, somebody did say one of the issues that some of these bikes have with batteries is that if the positive terminal is too high, it can touch on the bottom of the seat and short the thing out. So I hope that's not going to be an issue with these high terminals on here. Maybe I should just take them off actually and bolt the connection straight to the battery. In fact, let me do that. I'm going to get rid of these terminals. They look a bit rubbish to me. Oh, I've already blown it. Look, I've just taken the positive off first. What an idiot. Oh well, crack on. Look, there are those sort of terminals that I put on there that came in the battery box. But what's that all about? Anyway, I'll take them off because I don't need them and I don't want to risk having those too high.
Here's a quick news flash. Did you know that most people watching this channel aren't subscribed? It's absolutely free, takes just a second. Hit that subscribe button below now. It makes a massive difference to the sorts of videos I can bring you. Thank you very much.
Right, job done. Let me show you a bit closer. Check that out. Look, I've taken those posts off, so now that battery has got a nice low profile, there's no danger the seat is going to short anything out. So, right, job number 1 done. I suppose I should just check I've still got the neutral lights on. Let's do that quickly. Yay, look at that. It's getting close to a start, folks. Next job, spark plugs out. Make sure they're not all dirty. Maybe give them a dry off anyway. Stick them back in. Maybe even check for a spark if I dare. I've got some marigolds over there I'm going to wear this time. And then we are good to go for a fire up. All right, just done a bit of a tidy up. Let's whip these plugs out then and see what we're dealing with. Listen to me, whip the plugs out. Sound like I know what I'm talking about. Right. I've got to make sure I know which one goes where, of course, because that will make a big difference to the world. Let's hope this... you'll never guess what. Socket don't fit. Thank you, Halfords. They guaranteed me it would fit. How annoying is that? Life deals me blow after blow. Well, what I could do, a number of people said, well, why don't, now you've got the electrical problem sorted, why don't you give it a kick anyway, because it might have dried out since you last did it. So let's give it a little kick for a laugh, shall we, and see what happens. I suspect it's still flooded from before. I suspect these spark plugs need cleaning, but it looks like I'm going to have to wait for the official Kawasaki toolkit to come before I can get those out and clean them. So, bugger. Right, let me get the garage door open before I do anything, just in case. I'm absolutely gutted. I was convinced I was getting somewhere having bought that socket. How annoying. Let's hope the postman turns up soon. Right, oh, another thing, people said, why don't you kickstart it from the right-hand side? You'll get more leverage, so I'll do that as well. I think what I'll do is leave the petrol turned off in case there's stuff in the float bowls. We'll give it a kick or two like that. We'll see how it goes. Right. We're on. Put it in run, I suppose that helps. And a little bit of choke. Only joking, I wouldn't leave it there. Anyway, what do you think? Is she going to go? Let's find out. Unbelievable! She ran! Dare I take the choke off? Man, it's a bit of a smoke screen here. Smells marvellous. Dare I take my hand off the throttle and let it idle? Under it. I assume that's normal. I have turned the fuel on now as well, so I'm desperate to take my hand off this throttle and check there's no fuel leaks. Just going to keep the throttle on a little bit longer, get her properly warmed up. I don't really want it to stop while there's potentially a lot of oil still in the exhaust and petrol sloshing around. I can't tell you how chuffed I am that this is fired up. Oh, nearly. Just doesn't want to quite idle yet. I'll just see how warm she's getting. I still don't take my hand completely off the throttle because it doesn't seem like it wants to idle on its own yet, and I want to kind of run it until it gets a bit warm and some of this smoke stops. So if need be, I'll sit here for an hour if I don't kill myself of asphyxiation in the meantime, which is getting a real risk, to be fair. Doesn't she sound great though? I cannot wait to get out and ride her. Bugger, doesn't quite idle. Let's turn that petrol tap off quick. Well, what an absolute winner. Well, I cannot tell you how chuffed I am. I mean, that sounded, to me, sweet as a nut. It sounded like a two-stroke. My goodness me, it smells like a two-stroke. Wow, what an absolute winner. The engine's nice and hot now, actually. Well, the cooling fins are anyway. Now, one of the problems with these is apparently you're not supposed to start them and then not ride them. So I don't want to really do that again. Next time I start her up will be when there's no threat of rain. I mean, at the moment, the rain has stopped, but I can hear the odd spot on the garage door, and I think the rain is going to be coming back again later. So I think for now, I'm going to say mission accomplished. Thoroughly enjoyed getting that going. Thank you to everybody for your help, for helping me getting that go. Wasn't actually as hard as I thought in the end, was it? And next week the weather forecast is looking better by about, I think by about Thursday time. It's going to be sunny and 20 degrees. So I should put her away now. I'll get my bikes in before they get all covered in wet again. And yeah, I'll see you next week for hopefully the first ride. That's assuming I can get her to start again and that she idles all right. But wow, thank you folks for all your help. I'm absolutely chuffed with this one. just before I go, another question for you folks that know about these things. I just watched that footage back on the back of the camera, and I noticed as she was running, there's no smoke coming out of this pipe. So does that indicate that one of those cylinders isn't firing? I'm thinking it possibly does. So I think what I will do is, before I run it again, I will, hopefully my toolkit will turn up, I will get those plugs out, I will get them cleaned, because I think it might be one of these cylinders isn't firing. Is that what that's indicating? Let me know. Oh, and the other thing is, check out this now. Is that the normal amount of weepage you'd expect after a run like that? I'll give it a... I mean, it smells petrol-y. So obviously it's got oil in it, but yeah, there's a little pull has occurred under there, and looking under it, I can't see that it's coming. Where's it coming from? Actually, there's some... It looks like it's coming out of that... Potentially the join there, look. This join here, maybe? Looks like it's coming out. I don't know, hard to tell. Might be time to call the cavalry round for that one, but, well, great progress. She's running at least, so I can't tell you how chuffed I am. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.